Chapter 24 of Jane Eyre takes place the next day, when Rochester is full of plans for their life together. Jane has a short discussion with Mrs. Fairfax, who disapproves of the marriage. Rochester once again builds a fairy tale picture of their impending marriage while out with Jane and Adele. However, Jane becomes uncomfortable and has a feeling that the wedding will not happen. She decides to write to her uncle, John Eyre, recalling the inheritance he offered her. She thinks about how much more at ease she would be with a fortune of her own. Chapter 25 takes place the night before the wedding. Jane takes a walk in the garden in the moonlight and is drawn to the lightning-split tree, where she reflects on how the two sundered sections cling together. When Rochester arrives, Jane tells him about a disturbing incident that occurred the night before. She had awakened from a disturbing dream to see a candle on her dressing table and heard someone in her closet. The figure that emerged was a tall woman with a savage and discolored face. She was wearing the veil that Rochester had ordered for Jane for her wedding day. The figure removed the veil, tore it in half, and stomped on it. The woman came close to her bed, glaring at her with bloodshot eyes, and blew out her candle. Terrified, Jane passed out. Rochester offers an explanation. The woman must have been Grace Poole, and she wasn't recognizable because Jane was experiencing a mix of fevered dreams and actual events. He assures her that when they have been married a year and a day, he'll explain. At Rochester's suggestion, Jane sleeps in Adele's room that night. After accepting Rochester's proposal, Jane begins to realize that the self-sufficient, independent life she has been leading will change. That the moon shining on the scene is blood red and gives Jane a bewildered, dreary glance only adds to the gloomy prospects. Jane has disturbing dreams about carrying a small child, unable to reach Rochester, with Thornfield in ruins. These dreams foreshadow an obstacle they will encounter. The baby might represent Jane's hopes and aspirations, which she is trying to protect and carry forward to the future. Her new identity is like an unborn baby. Until the hour of the wedding, Jane cannot be sure that she will live as Mrs. Rochester. Just as the mysterious woman shredded Jane's veil, her hopes of happiness will soon be shredded.